What's up? What's up, guys? AW Aaron Warrior. 2 more episodes left, guys. 2 more episodes left of Last of Us next Sunday and the Sunday after. We got 2 episodes left. I don't know. What's up, guys? Good episode, right? So this is the stream. Before we get into this episode is Last of Us episode 7. Spoiler review right after I just got finished watching the show. As long as other people, and there's gonna be invitations being sent. It's a great episode. Really good episode. Uh Come in. It's this episode. It's basically Ellie's backstory. Okay, his backstory. We got more. We finally know how Ellie got bit, where she got a bite from, and why she's immune. How she became bitten in the first place. Basically, we find out what her. Hey, blinded. Oh wait, I gotta send you. It's basically. I want to say origin. It's just a backstory of Ellie. Okay, pretty much a backstory of Ellie and her and Bloodsport's daughter. Okay, I'm gonna call her Bloodsport's daughter. Okay, I don't care. I'm gonna call her Bloodsport's daughter. Bloodsport's daughter. That's what I'm gonna call her. Okay, it's fun. We're gonna get into once Blind Bro comes up. We're gonna see this episode was more story based, basically. Yeah, and you finally get to see that Ellie, what she was basically groomed to be. Okay? Groomed. I know I said that word. And her friend at one point was also also supposed to be groomed to be a like that. Oh my god, we got Zoldak.
Zoldak has returned. He has returned to say this episode sucks. I hate The Last of Us. Go watch my movie Army of the Dead instead.
Oh my god.
Great zombie movie. I'm going to turn it into a series soon. Please watch.
Robot zombies, everybody.
Robot zombies are better than The Last of Us zombies. I am not watching, even though this episode sucks. Do not trust Aaron World Order.
Dude, yeah.
He's got the wrong opinion. Yes, I'm here to inform the viewers, inform everyone.
Hey, Anthony. So you want to go back to your real self, or
I'll go back. No, I'll just leave it as Zoldak returns, but that's my dramatic entrance.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually like the episode, of course. That was all bullshit, obviously.
Oh yeah. 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 So the link is in. I'm putting the link in. Okay. I'm gonna get more people on. No wait.
Make sure my.
How are you guys, Anthony? How are you? Yeah, it was a good episode. It was. I like the title. Let's go to the mall. That's my title for the episode. For this episode, let's go to the mall. I loved it.
Let's go to the mall and let's go die in the mall too. No, man.
Well, half. Does she die?
Yeah, Riley dies.
Okay.
From what I remember, they don't show it in the game either. Her dying.
Oh, so it dies off screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what you're going to imply here too, right? That she dies off screen. Because if you watch the 6 episodes, like people, if you haven't watched, but for like, if you haven't played the game, people might think she's alive too.
Yeah, no, she's.
Well, yeah. Dead. Well, I guess for people that haven't played the game, they kind of have to maybe in the show mention that she's dead.
Yeah, well, they did mention that she's dead already.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember. Good. because you can't do the die off screen thing from the game thing. You can't just ignore it if
Hmm.
people haven't played the game. You have to put it in the show, like so that people that haven't played the game know, right? Like because people be
Yeah,
confused, be people questioning that. And yeah, I you could call her Wiley. I'll just call her Bloodsport's daughter.
yeah. I thought they would have shown them turning at least.
Yeah, well, her at least, obviously, right? Because Ellie
Hmm.
doesn't turn, right?
Yeah, like well, like I wanted to see the moment when Ellie realizes that she's not, or she's immune, I should say.
Yeah, yeah. I did like this episode too, man. It's kind of Ellie's basically her, I want to her origin backstory, right? Like, and how because people wanted to know, people needed to know. I mean, in the game explains, but people in the show that haven't played the game, they needed to know how she was able to be immune and how she was, how like her backstory, basically, because we know Joel's, but we need to
Hmm.
know this kid's backstory. And she was just angry child even before.
Yeah,
My God.
yeah,
Uh,
that's her character.
yeah, I think she's a little more toned down in the game than they're portraying her here, though.
Hmm. Possibly, yeah. Well, the
So,
next episode is supposed to be the cannibals, right? So,
mm,
and we
yeah,
still didn't get the scene with her mom. So that's probably going to be
yeah,
next episode, or it might be the last episode. Who
yeah.
knows? Yeah.
So this episode is basically Ellie is basically was supposed to be like groomed to be part of the fascist group, right? Who's controlling
Hmm.
every right?
Fedra.
Fedra, yeah, basically a fascist, I guess, government. And the Fireflies are obviously anti-fascist, right?
Hmm.
Right. And her friend defected, right? Because she was supposed to be groomed too, but she defected, right? And
Yeah.
there was a bit of different. There was a bit of a back and forth between the two on the different kind of tactics they use, both
Hmm.
both groups.
Hmm. Yes, definitely.
It's not upbringing. It's just her life. It, her life before, basically being bit,
Hmm.
right? And her friend dipped out, right? Because well, it was revealed in the episode that like at 17, when they become 17, right? At the age of 17, that's when they begin their first actual assignment, and she was supposed, and they assigned her to sewage, like the wash over sewage, right? All that,
Hmm.
and she didn't like that. She felt like Wiley felt, or Bloodsport Star felt like betrayed by that, right? She
Hmm.
did all of this, and this is what you assigned me to. She felt betrayed, and that's what led her to, basically leaving or sneaking out. And then she went into Firefly's wishes, who Joel eventually joins up with, right? Like
Yeah.
later on, right? And Marlene's the head of the Fireflies. They mentioned her in this episode, but they really don't go into detail. For
Hmm. And Marlene knows Ellie's mom.
oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's why Riley says uh, she asked Marlene if Ellie could come, and she said no because um, Marlene is the one that put her in the Fedra school, put
Oh,
Ellie in the
okay.
Fedra school. Yeah. So she like owes Ellie's mom like a promise to keep her safe.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. In this episode, basically, they go to the mall, and you knew there was attraction between the two, right? Like from the
Yeah.
beginning, you could definitely see it in Ellie's eyes, the way she looked at Wiley. Like Wiley picked it up later, like,
Hmm.
'cause- right? Like, but she knew you knew that Ellie had an attraction to her, if you know, right? So it's revealed that they go to the mall. They have all this different stuff. They have these stores, these stores, all wheel stores. That you see the Gap,
Hmm.
you
Best
see
Buy.
Best Buy, Victoria's Secret. It's pretty
Yeah.
funny. That line, they go to Victoria's Secret. It's like, oh, but it's like, oh, I just imagine you seeing you in that.
Oh man.
Hey, Arkham. Remember that was it was pretty funny. This episode had some humor in it. It
Yeah.
was
What's up, Arkham?
it was charming. I'll say that. It was a little bit
Yeah, it
charming.
was.
Like the friendship, the bond, it felt real. Like this whole show, like when it's done, everything felt real. Like the chemistry between the cast, everybody, whether you're a
Mhm.
guest star or not, it felt real. I mean, maybe except for Kathleen, like some people,
Mhm.
maybe exception for that, but most of it is spot on.
Yeah, I would say so. And some of the Easter eggs and how
Mm-hmm.
they use elements of the game are
Mm-hmm.
interesting. Because in this episode, the stalker that was inside of that
I guess it's
the
like a Halloween
doll.
store, Halloween doll
No,
store.
it was like a doll toy store, right?
Yeah,
Um, that one, it's interesting because in the DLC, they cut between the past and the present, right? So
yeah.
while Ellie is trying to help Joel, she's actually in a mall, and so that's why you get to that flashback with Riley, right? Is because she's remembering what happened inside that mall.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and one of the things that you have to do in the present is go through that doll store to get medicine for Joel. So it was kind of interesting that they still reference that doll
She
store.
so, but the thing is, they're in a different place this time in the show, so they can't go to the same
Yeah,
mall. You have to go.
yeah, yeah. That's what I mean. Like they combine
Mm-hmm.
the two malls, so it
Yeah,
just takes place in the past instead of cutting
yeah.
between the present and
Well,
past.
because in the game, it's like a bigger.
That would have been
They have to cut the story for the show, obviously.
yeah, yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
There's no
'cause
way they were gonna
you could have
do that.
you would need more than 9 episodes.
Or
You
you would have
literally,
to make it super long, like more than
yeah.
an hour.
People don't like hourly. I mean, you could do it for a season opener or maybe a finale, but it's people don't like watching a TV show for over an hour. It's
Hmm.
basically a short movie.
Yeah. How long was this episode? Like
This
50
episode's like
minutes?
55, 50, 53, 55 to 55 minutes, I guess.
Hmm.
It was
Yeah, that's a good spot.
yeah. Uh, I like Riley. Like in this episode, I like Riley's Bloodsport's daughter. Okay,
Hmm.
everybody knows that. I like how much fun they had. They go on the carousel. You see Ellie. You see how their eyes lit up when they get to see all the stuff in the mall. It's like It's like the first time Ellie's seeing all this stuff. She's probably read. She's read about them, but it's like she's never. It's been like when she was being trained basically, right? It's like they're
Hmm.
never allowed to go out and do anything. So like she's read about them, but she's not able to see the stuff,
Hmm.
right? And you know how and she and her excitement level went up. She was really excited when she saw the carousel, the stores. I mean the arcade. They played Mortal Kombat.
Hmm.
That was awesome. Mortal Kombat. I'm surprised arcades still work.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that too.
It's
Because
like
in it's interesting because in the game it's the reverse. The arcade doesn't work, so they have to pretend to play this fighting game.
you
In
know
the
what?
show, it works.
Okay, George. You know what it probably was? Since it's Warner Brothers, it's Mortal Kombat, and who is Warner Brothers own?
Yeah,
Like right?
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes sense. Yeah.
Because in the game, I'm pretty sure in the game they do not. When you go to arcade, they don't have a Mortal Kombat arcade.
Yeah.
So this is a Warner Brothers thing. They put that in there on purpose. It's basically to promote. I mean,
Their franchise.
most malls these days don't even have arcades anymore.
Yeah. I mean, that was like the early 2000s, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. But it's great to see Raiden versus Melina.
Mm-hmm.
That's so random. But yeah, that was definitely uh Warner Brothers thing. They wanted to basically, promote, do their stuff with Mortal Kombat. Many could you imagine if they done Capcom, X-Men versus no Capcom? No, they weren't able to. They wouldn't be legally to. I don't know. Can they?
Marvel versus Capcom, you mean?
I don't think so, right? Because Marvel's on,
No.
but no.
Yeah, because of Marvel, I guess, right? They would have to ask permission from Marvel.
Yeah, basically from Disney. Yeah, that's. Oh yeah, George could come in on his own. Come on, George.
Oh,
You're still a team member. It's old Xbox.
I was corrupting the system.
So what's up, George? Yeah, how did you like the episode? You like that?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good flashback. Like getting to know more about Ellie episode.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You know what I thought? You know when they were dancing in their mask? I thought I think that would be the perfect time for that. What was it called? Stalker?
Well, what do you mean?
The zombie that attacked them and infected.
Oh, the stalker. Yeah.
That's when they should have attacked, not when they have to hear the noise. I thought it'd been better because that's what I thought was gonna happen. I thought that as they were dancing on top of the counter, I thought that's when the stalker's gonna attack.
Mm.
As a jump scare kind of thing.
Yeah, that would have been good. But then you wouldn't have them kiss unless you make them kiss.
I know.
Maybe your idea. I mean, that would have been sad.
Oh,
if it ended with them kissing instead when they were bit.
Yeah, maybe I was thinking too much like a horror fan. I know Last of Us has horror elements in it, but it's not really a horror type of show or game, right? Like,
well, it is horror, but I mean, the show is leaning more. I mean, they pick and choose when to do the horror. Yeah,
it's not. It's they're careful with the horror, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't overuse it, which I think is a good thing about the show. Because then you're anticipating it to happen.
Yeah, I was anticipating it to happen on that scene. Actually, there was a few more times I was anticipating for that stalker to attack him. When she walks out on Riley, after the stalker would attack her there, they kind of implied that was going to happen, but that was more of a red herring.
Yeah, because when she goes through the door and it kind of gives the horror vibes.
Yeah.
Like the blinking lights, the eerie feeling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that was another callback to the game, because that's actually where the stalkers jump you in the game, is that corridor. Yeah, and the lights go out, and so you got to run. So yeah, there's stuff like that where it does seem like a lot of the time the show knows that people play the game, and so they kind of like subvert your expectations a little bit, where you're like, oh, maybe the stalkers are actually going to show up here instead, right? Or it's going to show up where you would think. It was kind of like the first episode, right? Where instead of the gas station blowing up, it was the plane crash. So I kind of like that, because it means that the showrunners and the writers are like paying attention and realizing that the people watching the show actually have played the game.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they have.
Yeah,
I think
which is a good thing.
I think if you're being a movie or a game, a movie based on a game or a TV show based on a game, you have to play the source material, man. You have to play the game to understand it, because I feel like at times, the video game stuff has the reputation of being terrible. Maybe it's because they don't understand the game or the source material, because they don't play it, right?
Yeah.
Or stuff like that,
or they don't even watch the walkthrough, because you can watch a walkthrough of the game if you like are curious, because there's so many of
Yeah,
them on YouTube.
like a game of World of Warcraft. I can't believe they made a movie out of that. Like that's an MMO game. It's hard to make movies out of that kind of game. Like I don't know how you. Another. Also, they're doing it with Dungeons and Dragons, right? But
Mhm.
well, here's the thing: they got Neil Druckmann to work on this show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they got the basically who runs Naughty Dog, right? Basically the head of because he worked on also Uncharted. I know the movie is guy says it's a more of a middle kind of thing.
Mhm.
Either you like it or not, right? I mean, it's Sony did Uncharted. Oh, well, I mean, Warner Bros. Well, this is Sony technically too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
It's
let's
just
be hon-
HBO is distributing
yeah.
it, right?
Not everything Sony related is going to be made by Sony in the games. We know that,
Mhm.
right? We know.
Yeah.
I know Gran Turismo is going to be Sony. I think Gran Turismo is Sony made. I think Sony's making Gran
Yeah.
Turismo. We know God of War is Amazon.
Hmm. And Netflix is making Horizon.
Yeah. And I hope I don't know any. I hope Warner Bros. decides to do other video game properties like this, not like this, because this is very well done, and you can have confidence in Warner Bros. I know a lot of people shit on Warner Bros. For DC, right? Okay, that's one thing, but you know what? Warner Bros. There's a lot of good things Warner Bros. is doing though that people forget to talk about in the content they give us, like Last of Us, House of Dragons, Peacemaker, whatever. Even the shows that are very, very good, they get nominated for awards, but people really don't talk about on Twitter a lot because it's not like a pop culture kind of show, right? Like these, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're always in every category for Emmys and stuff. They always get the most wins. Like Warner Brothers is it's not an incompetent studio. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
Only Snyder fans believe that crap.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real here. As much as I dislike Soup's got one thing right, which was that like HBO Max makes way better quality shows than Disney Plus and the other streaming services.
I feel like Disney tries to insult their feels like they try to insult their fan base intelligence at times.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
give these like fast food shows.
Yeah, I know people show on Netflix, but Netflix a couple of times will release a really, really good show.
No, the problem is that Netflix is trigger happy with canceling stuff.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. And they also greenlight stuff even if it's bad.
Yeah. But yeah,
That's their problem. Yeah.
Warner Bros. Is maybe in common with the DC stuff. Well, maybe in the past, but with James Gunn initial that may change. But everything else, your video game division is fine, right? But you just have to go on with your video game division.
Kind of have a problem with it. I mean, they have a lot of good studios, but I don't know about recently though. I feel like recently they've been.
Well, we know
kind of
Mortal
dropping
Kombat 12 is coming out.
Yeah.
And
Mortal Kombat.
And it looks like Injustice 3 is probably going to happen.
At some point in time.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, NetherRealm,
Mm-hmm.
Avalanche, they're the studio that did Hogwarts Legacy. They're
And
a pretty
now,
good studio.
I don't know if it's true, but now apparently they might do a Hogwarts Legacy show.
Yeah, but it was from giant freaking robots, so.
Oh! Okay, that's not believable. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. I know they want to do Harry Potter kind of stuff again, which is not surprising. There's still a fan base out there for Harry Potter. The Fantastic Beasts haven't been great, but this game has been kicking ass. Really, like.
Yeah, I'll play it when it goes on sale. I mean,
I heard they want to do a Cursed Child movie about the Cursed Child, and people are like, no.
No, that screenplay was that. Listen, J.K. Rowling basically wrote a fan fiction.
Yeah. No, man.
And here's the thing, like, is it okay if I give like a spoiler alert for? I mean, it's been out for a while, Cursed Child.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, so basically, because it involves time travel, one of the key characters is Snape, and it's like, how do you do that plot line without Alan Rickman? Like, I know you can recast, but it's like, you're going to upset a lot of people by recasting like that version of Snape. It's not like you're either rebooting or doing like a prequel series with a younger actor.
Well, what do you think about them doing a reboot as a television series?
I mean,
it could work.
That can work because if you watch the movies, like some of the movies, like particularly after Chamber of Secrets, they do cut out a lot of stuff in the movies. Like Prisoner of Azkaban and Goblet of Fire cut out a lot from the book. Even though I love those movies, they cut out a lot of like key things.
Yes, because the Harry Potter movies are pretty long themselves. They're long movies. They're like most of them are like 2.5 hour movies.
Well, the other thing is that like there are certain directors that kind of just didn't take the time to read the whole book. Like the most infamous one is Goblet of Fire with Mike Newell. Like he basically like gave up reading that book because how big it was, and basically like kind of like did his own thing with it like at times, and it kind of startled the producers.
Now that you're talking about this, I might need to get back into Harry Potter.
Well, the interesting thing
I'm not a huge fan of Harry Potter, but like
I love Harry Potter. I love the Goblet of Fire movie, but I also love the book, and it's like it's so different from the book.
I like the movies. I mean, I haven't read all the books, but I did like the movies. I like the movies were good. They're not great. They're not like award-winning kind of movies, though. They're right.
They're kind of like Marvel movies, really.
Yeah.
What the MCU is now. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you know what?
A couple years ago,
they're doing a Lord of the Rings right now. Apparently, they're gonna make more Lord of the Rings movies, or Middle Earth middle movies, right? Warner Brothers. So they're not gonna reboot the trilogy. Okay, they're not gonna reboot the trilogy. No. Okay, because I don't think rebooting trilogy is a great idea because those movies are like.
You can't really do them again.
No, and they can't be redone. No, it's like there's nothing can be better than that. I'm like if all the franchises, right, of movie franchises out there, like Star Wars, Marvel, Batman, Die Hard, whatever, the major ones, Star Wars, Jurassic Park, Marvel, not just MCU, but the past Marvel, some of the Batman series, the Superman. I think Lord of the Rings is top tier to the original. Lord of the Rings and the original Star Wars are like 1, 2.
Yeah, those ones. Yeah. I'm sure will never get rebooted.
Yeah. And like Force Awakens,
be like Back to the Future and Jaws.
Yeah, Force Awakens is like not really a reboot, but it felt like an homage to A New Hope. Right? Then everything else fell apart.
Yeah, it definitely did. But you want to know one of the crazy ideas that like Mike Newell had for Goblet of Fire? So like the scene where like the dragon's chasing Harry. First of all, like Harry caught that egg a lot more quicker in the book. Well, in the movie, Mike Newell was like, we're going to have this big chase scene. He was about to have the dragon burn down the Forbidden Forest. Like, the Forbidden Forest that has centaurs, giant spiders, unicorns. Like, could you imagine, like, all the giant spiders be like, we're going to go to Hogwarts now? Oh, my gosh. Ron Weasley would literally die of shock.
My God, I would die of shock.
Oh, that's another thing. Here's one thing that does, as much as I love the Harry Potter movies, the one thing that annoys me about the movies is like the downgrade of Ron Weasley.
Yeah,
because like in the books, he is a lot more intelligent and street smart than he is in the movies.
Yeah, they make him dumb
in the movies.
Because here's the thing: you want to know why?
Was it like they needed a comedic character?
No. A lot of his traits from the books went to Hermione in the movies because the screenplay writer was a huge fan of Hermione.
Yeah.
Like the guy basically was like, for some reason, made Hermione this Mary Sue. Like I noticed the one movie where Ron actually felt like Book Ron was Order of the Phoenix, the one film that the screenplay writer did not write for.
Hmm.
And look at Rupert Grint. He's actually making kind of a name for himself again. Like, I think it's been more doing independent.
And it's crazy though, because I feel like that trigger.
Hey, Blue Jay.
Hey, Blue Jay.
What's up?
That was a good episode.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Give us your thoughts.
I just recently watched it. I was just like, man, I actually think this is maybe the best of so far.
Yeah, it's a good backstory for Ellie.
I really like Storm Reed in the role. I really do.
Yeah.
And
I like Bloodsport's daughter.
Right.
Yeah.
Never like I'm someone who never played the games, but I was like, this is some tragic stuff going on. Like,
with Brian Bill, that's the one.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should play the games. Definitely.
Reference guy. He'll be your reference guy.
I definitely need to replay the game.
Yeah. I'm planning on playing the game after finishing this season.
I can't believe there's only 2 more episodes left. It's like,
I know.
It felt like it came out like a month ago. Less than a month ago.
Yeah.
And there are already like 2 episodes left.
Yeah, and there's a lot more. I mean, I wish it was 3 more episodes because I feel like I'm not sure how they're going to handle the next episode.
Because season 1 is the whole first game, and
I won't give any spoilers for Blue Jay, but there's a whole part of the next episode that it's a long sequence in the game. So I'm a little surprised that they didn't combine it with this episode, because this episode is part of that sequence.
I'm kind of thinking, like, knowing how long these are, they might go like 80 minutes long.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Next episode is you're not going to be prepared.
Yeah, it has to get intense, right? Because we're getting close to the end.
Oh yeah.
Strap in my seatbelts then.
Yeah.
I really have a blast with this series.
Yeah, this show is. I want to wait before I can say this because, again, I'm a big fan of the games. I like both games, despite what people say about the second game. So, I love this series. I'll buy the next game day one.
Whenever they make it.
Whenever they make it. Yeah, whenever Factions 2, I'll be playing that game. So,
I tell you, there's a better chance the third games can come out than an Uncharted game.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure the third game is going to take some time, but we are supposed to get the multiplayer, right? Factions 2. And that might actually have some story elements in it. So, that might be interesting. But, I was going to say there's some parts of the show that I feel like is better than the game. Right? Yeah. Which I think I've never really, there's not a lot of adaptations that I could say that about where it succeeds the source material. Like it understands the source material and elevates it. That's a really high bar. And for the show to do that, I think is an amazing accomplishment. I feel like fans should give it credit for even doing that, attempting to do that.
What do you think, Ant-Man? Here, Mike. Mike the Ant-Man. What do you think, Ant-Man?
You see? He's salty as fuck.
He looks like Adam Smasher a bit there, man. More than that, man.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Was that in Quantumania? I don't even remember that shot.
No, I think that was like concept art.
Oh, concept art.
It looks terrible because it's like,
I'm gonna have to look at that in detail.
You see his pose? His pose is like this. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like confused. Yeah. No, man. He wishes his movies were better than the source material.
Well, Paul Rudd just playing himself as Ant-Man because that's all he does. He plays the same character in every film, right? That's what he does. That's what he got him for that role.
Yeah. I mean, he's the only good thing about the movie, but they don't really do much with him anyway.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, he's
no,
just Paul Rudd.
Jonathan Majors is just playing Kang in Creed 3 by the looks of it, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna be rewatching the Creed movies. Because I'm excited about that movie. I'm really only going to watch it because of Michael B. Jordan directing the movie. Like, I want to see what he's
Is
able
this
to
his
do.
first movie he's directing?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
so.
Yep.
Yeah, I rewatched Creed today. I still love that movie a lot. I mean, I guess
Me
I mean
too.
I'm a sucker for like movies that involve like fathers, even though like Apollo Creed's like not around, but like I just loved the movie, and like Stallone was actually was great in that role. Like he still had it
Yeah.
like all these years later.
Well,
It's almost like a pattern. It's almost like how Stallone directed some of the Rocky movies, and then Michael B. Jordan is the star of this current franchise, so he's directing this one.
Yeah,
It's
I like
kind
the
of
first-
cool.
And
I
I was
like the first
rewatching
three
those
movies.
Rocky movies yesterday. Rocky 2, 3, and 4.
So I guess Killmonger is gonna beat Kang again.
I don't know. From what it looks like and based on the reviews, it feels like they're trying to redeem the story that they did with Rocky 5, but do it right.
Oh, with Tommy Gunn? Yeah,
Because like
That's horrible.
remember that was the one where like Rocky mentored that
yeah,
horrible
Tommy
person,
Gunn. Yeah,
Tommy Gunn.
I watched
I
that
feel-
the other day on TV. Oh my god, this is bad.
I couldn't rewatch that one for my Rocky marathon this weekend. I couldn't.
Damn.
Like literally, I just basically like say in my head canon that like there's a time gap. I basically said the beginning of Rocky 5 is canon where he goes broke, but not all that other stuff didn't happen. That was stupid.
Yeah, Tommy. The thing is, Rocky. He never seemed like he was rich. He always had like not a very wealthy house wherever he's lived in and stuff in his films. Like, did he make a lot of money at the top of his game or not? Because it doesn't look like he did in his career. It's
Yeah,
weird because
all I'm gonna say is for one of my birthdays, I want a robot like Paulie.
Paulie.
Happy birthday, Paulie!
Yeah,
I need one.
I heard Creed 3. Yeah, there is no pretty promotion for Shazam. It's true. I think Shazam is gonna flop. It is flopping right now.
Yeah,
'cause
Shazam is gonna flop.
I'm not
sorry to say.
pre-ordering my tickets for it. I'm just gonna go and probably just buy the ticket there at the theater. I'm not pre-ordering it.
I
I'm
feel like you can.
I'm gonna go see Shazam. I don't know about. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, depending on the budget, it is a little higher than the first. It's I think from what I've heard, it's 125 million, which it's expensive, but it's not Black Adam. But
it's gonna make I think it's gonna make a profit compared to Black Adam though.
I don't know about that. Right now, the predictions are what, 40 to 50.
Do you see Ant-Man's box office
Opening?
drop?
Yeah, that was insane.
71%.
It is that bigger than BVS.
Well, no, it was actually 69.6%. So it didn't actually hit 70, but yeah, it's still pretty close.
Well, like to go back like to Shazam, like 40 and 50, I mean, that's still fine. I mean, that's to me, because I think, well, just depending who you talk to, I just think like 40 and 50, it's decent to me, because depending on how big and how it opens, you have to consider like the second week drop off. So like how much is like Shazam gonna drop the second weekend?
I think it's gonna drop pretty bad.
It's Shazam will probably make like 10 million in the second week if it's bad.
I don't.
It's got a lot of competition.
It comes out during a terrible month. Really.
If it's in the mid 40s or high 40s, I don't think that's a good thing.
Apparently, Judges is getting good reviews.
Well, because it's the same crew that did the first film. So like, I mean, I have no idea. I have no doubt this one's going to be pretty good. I don't know how good though. I love the first.
I'm still going to hold off on that because I heard it wasn't great, kind of disappointing. So I'm gonna wait for the reviews because now I'm skeptical. Shazam 2.
Shazam.
Yeah, I've heard like some mixed things about the movie, so I was like, oh crap. I might even skip this movie, to be honest. Just wait for it to come to streaming.
I think The
Wait.
Flash might be the best comic book film movie of the year.
Yo, honestly,
Yeah.
like at this point, it wouldn't even surprise me. It's like we were all hating on this movie because
I
of Ezra
wasn't.
Miller, and then like that, and then it's like, you know what? This looks like it's gonna be like.
Everybody was hating on it. They saw the trailer. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna flip flop on this once I saw
Yep.
the trailer.
No, like, well, here's the thing. Like, I was looking forward to the movie anyways because of Michael Keaton and like General Zod, but like that trailer looked like
I know
the
you were
special
into
effects looked
Cassie.
incredible, and
Yeah.
you know,
Did you-
it looks like
Did
Ezra
you,
Miller.
did you do
might do
RJ
well.
yet? For your Top Gun comic?
Yeah, he stole your comment.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that comment, like, it's funny. He flip flopped on that movie.
Right away.
Like,
Oh,
yeah.
trailer.
my God.
Yeah, Degrassi's been saying that for months.
Yeah, he was.
Literal months in the chat. He's been saying that. So yeah.
That was so funny when freaking RJ was saying about like My American Natives. Like, where the fuck did that come from?
Yo, it's just like just so random.
I'm like, okay, like what? What? We're talking about the Flash. What the fuck?
They're already promoting stuff. There's Funkos. I know for a fact in GameSpot, Canadian GameSpot, Blind Bill, that you could buy merchandise for Spideyverse stuff now. Funkos for Spideyverse.
Yeah.
And
That's
also
another movie. I don't know if it will do too well.
You could also pre-order on Amazon.
I don't
saw
think
you
it's
could
going to do well.
Listen,
on
it can be a
Amazon, you
phenomenal.
can pre-order Guardians 3 action
I mean,
figures
box
now.
office wise, not like critically. I
Oh.
think the movie's going to be good. Sorry,
The
yeah,
movie will
sorry.
probably be good.
Oh,
You
no,
just
no.
And
gotta
if it
remember,
comes out during the Flash, I mean, it's a Flash.
Well,
It's
I
like
think-
sandwiched in between
Yeah.
Transformers and the Flash.
yeah.
Well, I
Or an
can
indie
see-
too.
Well, I can okay. Well, I can say let's see, June. Spider-Verse comes out first in June, so I
Mhm.
bet you I think it'll make money because it's Spider-Man. Depending who you're talking to, it's Spider-Man, so it's gonna make money. But Transformers. Look, I am a Transformers freak. I don't think it's gonna make a lot of money. Just
I don't think so either, but I think here's the thing, right? Little Mermaid comes out, that might have some legs. And then everything else, if people are interested, like they'll go the opening weekend and it'll take away from whatever comes later in the month.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So-
Transformers used to make a lot of money, but since it got word that it's been worse and worse, they have been making less and less.
Well, but Bumblebee came out. That movie got lucky, actually.
Yeah.
That movie actually made money because Into the Spider-Verse came out that month. Aquaman made $1 billion. You got Mary Poppins,
Yeah.
and then all those movies made a profit. And then with just the same thing happening here, Spider-Man and Transformers being in the same month again, and then top it all off, you got freaking The Flash. You got Indiana Jones 5.
It's too,
Mhm.
I-
It's too crowded.
stacked. It's too stacked for my taste. I'm like, give
Oh,
me
also-
breathe.
Also, Into the Spider-Verse being an animated movie, I mean, people have to remember, like, for the last, 3 years, audience has been conditioned to just watch it on streaming. Like, all the big studios.
Here's the thing, Degrassi. You know what's weird? There's apparently no Shazam 2 merchandise on sale anywhere. I can't find it on GameSpot, Canadian
that's
GameSpot,
crazy.
or Amazon. Nowhere.
Mhm. Wasn't there's Funko Pops, though.
I think
Right.
I only saw one. Shazam himself.
Mhm.
Oh well, to keep that in mind, I know what you were saying about like animated movies going to streaming. That's like mostly
Yeah.
Disney. Like
Yeah, I know that was mostly Disney, but, like, there was still some examples early in the pandemic where that was the case. So people might see this movie and just assume, like, they'll catch it on
Well,
streaming.
well, have you seen like the box office for Minions? That movie.
Yeah, Minions did well, yeah.
Minions
I think,
and-
again,
and
Minions. Yeah, sorry, I was going to. I'm sorry.
I know, no, you're fine. You go ahead.
I was going to say, like, I think the only example of where they won't, like, it will do well is Mario. Mario's probably the only, because it has so much room, and Mario appeals to a lot of people. Like, I'm definitely going to go see that movie, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, oh, exactly. That's
Yeah.
a day one for me.
It's gonna break.
I
It's
can
gonna make the
tot-
most video game.
It's probably going to make more than Ant-Man.
Probably.
Well, it definitely like this is the same people like whenever like this is Mario. Like Mario is being made at Illumination. When you think about it, that studio, any movie they put out, they make at least above 350 million because their lowest grossing movie is freaking Hop, but they don't count that. But every movie that come out, it makes so much money. Even Sing 2 came out in 2021 at it's like next to No Way Home. That still made a profit. So they're people call them like an unstoppable force. But if you add Mario to the mix, and then with that brand name of Illumination and Nintendo, I can see that making at least
that's easy money. That's easy money.
You know what's gonna happen, right? Based on the success of Mario, Nintendo is gonna be like, yeah, we want to make more movies based off of characters that we own.
Yeah, but they have to pick. Here's the thing, though.
Donkey Kong.
You can do Donkey Kong, but I swear to God, if I see Illumination Zelda, I ain't watching that.
But don't you want to Smash Bros. Universe?
So yeah, I can see them doing that, but anything with Zelda to me has to be a little bit more mature. Not saying it needs to be all.
The NCU, we need a Nintendo Cinematic Universe.
Well, I can, keep this in mind. Nintendo, they opened Nintendo Pictures. That's their new film division, and I think. I don't
think that was a film division. That was So they opened that because they want to do more sort of animation cutscenes in their games. Because Breath of the Wild is really the only game that actually has cutscenes for a Nintendo game. Nintendo games rarely have cutscenes, right? And when they did do it, it was like Mario Sunshine, and it was terrible. It was god awful. So I think they want to obviously like improve their storytelling, because also Breath of the Wild has terrible voice acting. So I think that's what that was about. Because I was like, they hired some people that actually did Breath of the Wild's cutscenes for that studio. So yeah.
Yeah, true. That's true. So I do see what you're saying, like a Zelda and like a animated movie from Illumination. I mean, sure. I mean, they've been seen as a lot like the Minions studio. They kind of the way that their films were presented. But I think because of this Mario thing, it's like the way it is marketed. It's wildly different than just say from the studio that puts out Minions or freaking Lorax or whatever. But I can totally see them wanting to branch out from the whole Minions thing, like something as some not being known as, oh yeah, they just made nothing but Despicable Me movies. It's, done right.
I just think you can do a Kirby movie, you could do a Donkey Kong movie, but when it comes to Nintendo's franchises that again appeal to more adults and like sort of older teens, I don't think you should do Illumination. I think it should be, honestly, I would say Zelda should be a series. It should be like an anime series in the style of Breath of the Wild.
That could work. Just get better voice acting.
Yeah, just get better voice acting. You can kind of merge stories, right? Because hell no. Oh hell no. No.
I see that going around Twitter like 2 days ago. I'm like,
no, that's the kind of thing where you're just like, no, that's a complete turn off. I mean, the thing is, this is how like people who are spreading that around. You do realize Link doesn't talk. That's one of his defining traits. That's his defining trait. He does not talk. So why would you get a voice actor?
Tom Holland.
But if he has his own show or movie, would he need to talk?
I feel like it's such a defining trait. Like it's in every single game. Like you would need to have him not talk. That would be difficult, but I'm sure they can work around it somehow.
I think he has talked, but in an animation show like years ago.
That don't count, man.
It doesn't count what you mean. But
they can have Tom Holland as Zelda.
Yeah, that don't count either, man. We're talking about the mainline games.
Oh,
Like,
boy.
even-
I saw Tom Holland's Ash Ketchum from Pokemon.
Oh my
Oh God. Oh God.
no.
I mean,
Oh
they're
my
still doing that Netflix series, so oh God. I don't think that
I'm
was
sorry.
gonna
That
work.
Pokemon could not work as a live action kind of show. I'm sorry. If you're using fire as your weapon, right? As your fire type Pokemon, use flamethrower or whatever on your opponent. I'm sorry, but if it's live action, you gotta be burned and dead. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. if you use electricity on your opponent, I'm sorry. Like it doesn't work. Like Pokemon, Pokemon you're not supposed to take seriously.
No, I think I think you could still do it in live actions, but it's got to take some liberties.
Yeah, it has to take a lot of liberties.
Yeah.
Like, it's how weak is electricity in Pokemon if it doesn't really kill anybody? About how weak is the
Yeah.
fire? Like, is the fire really that strong? What
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
are they gonna get Wire Rattles as back as Pikachu?
Oh God, no! Just do straight up Pokemon. No
Actually-
talking Pokemon. None of that
I
stuff.
like Detective Pikachu.
Oh, well,
I
Mew
did
Meow?
too. But like, if you're gonna do an actual traditional Pokemon where it's like, okay, you have a trainer, they pick a starter, they fight gym battles, then don't do talking Pokemon. It's just
Yeah,
unless you do Meowth from Team Rocket.
This is gonna hurt his career.
yeah, that might be the only exception. Yeah, I
This
agree,
is-
George.
Here's the thing: if you this is the problem with Tom Holland. The other stuff he's been in is not Spider-Man related. It's not exactly been.
It is not good. It's,
Yeah.
it's not good either.
I like okay. I haven't. The only time I've ever seen Tom Holland was either he was in Uncharted, which I actually like. What else? I never seen him in anything.
I saw.
Onward. He was a voice role, but he
That
was
doesn't
good in
count.
that. Well, I can count that because he's.
I
Still,
saw him in that Moby
He's
Dick
still a
movie.
star
Moby Dick with Chris
Oh yeah,
Hemsworth.
the fish movie or the
Yeah.
sea movie.
in the Heart of the Sea.
Mhm.
Wasn't like that wasn't very well received.
I didn't even remember that. one
Cherry
until you
was not
reminded me.
good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard Cherry
And-
wasn't good.
The one with Daisy Ridley. That one was
Oh,
terrible.
I heard
That
was
movie.
terrible.
Oh my
What was it?
goodness.
That's with Chaos something.
Yeah,
Chaos.
Chaos Walking. Yeah.
I actually kind of like Cherry. I don't know why. I just I think is it like in my eye I can see what they were what I think. Well, I think the Russo directed that movie. I think that was at the time when I first.
Yeah, I think they did direct it and they wrote it too.
Yeah, I think when I first that's like the first movie I watched when I first subscribed to Apple TV. I was like, what do they got? This Cherry movie is the one I kind of want to watch because it has Tom Holland in it, and the trailer looked pretty interesting, and I kind of liked it.
You know what?
I mean,
I'm glad they picked him over Ash Butter, whatever his name is.
Ash
For Spider-Man?
Asa
Yeah.
Butterworth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he does not like Peter
Garfield.
Parker at all with those weird eyes. No, like no.
Well, he kind of looks like a younger Peter Parker, but
That's like
yeah.
Asa
know.
Butterfield. That's
I
what
know.
But I would say
I know
Asa
those two,
Butterfield is
right?
the better actor, though.
who Asha?
Without a doubt, he's better than Tom
But he
Holland.
just doesn't. To me, he just doesn't look like Peter.
Yeah, I guess.
I
But
mean,
I still feel like he would have been a better actor.
I think there were two in the top running for Spider-Man at the time, or
Yeah.
right? And they were Tom.
But also to Degrassi's comment, I can't really see Tom Holland being like Spider-Man for 20 years. Like it's already hard right now for the comics to deal with adult Spider-Man, where I'm like, if we ever get to that point in the MCU where he's like an adult and he's not in school at all, what are they going to do? Like, are they going to really there's just so much back and forth of like, oh, if we make Spider-Man an adult, it might not appeal to kids, right? So what does that mean, Miles?
I
It's
mean,
just BS.
There's a lot of adult
Spider-Man comic
superheroes.
book.
There's a
Which is
lot of
BS.
superheroes that have to be adults that appeal to kids a lot.
Yeah, but that's like Marvel's one big thing is that they don't want to age up Spider-Man because they feel like it won't appeal to kids, right? And you have to remember Spider-Man sells like a lot of merch, so like I can kind of understand the reasoning. but
Some
it
of his
just
best
doesn't make
stories-
story wise.
Some of his
The
best
other
stories, him as an adult.
The thing also is
Well,
like,
kind of, but not really.
Spider-Man
Sorry,
comics are not getting
Well,
much better.
But
Yes,
but
yes.
MCU, he's gonna have to become an adult sometime. Like, he
Yeah,
can't
but
be-
I
Well,
feel
well-
like that will be when Tom Holland's run will probably end.
Oh no, Degrassi, no. I'm sorry, I can't do Pit Park. Oh man, no,
Parker
no, 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 no,
Industries.
no, no,
What's
no, no,
that-
no,
what's
no,
that
no.
other
That's
company that he
like
worked for before he developed his own company. Mon.
I am not a fan of after Superior Spider-Man. Not a fan at all.
No.
All of that stuff was not good.
Listen. It
Company
feels
he
like
used to work for.
Spider-Man has kind of feel like it's been like
There's-
been on a train wreck since like Brand New Day, One More Day, that nonsense.
Yeah, they don't know what to do with the character.
We got John
What?
Jameson. They're gonna have Jonah Jameson date. Doesn't Jonah Jameson date Mary? Who who does he marry? Not Aunt May, but somebody like close friends with.
J. Jonah Jameson didn't. Yeah, didn't he?
No,
he
Jameson's
marry?
dad. Jameson's dad married Aunt May.
Yeah, Jameson's
okay,
dad married
yeah.
Aunt May, but Jonah Jameson married somebody that died. That's that Smythe killed. I forget which issue that a couple years ago.
Mm.
I forget.
So wait, Jameson's dad married Aunt May or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Just
this is the
weird,
reason
though.
why I don't read
Jonah
comics.
Doesn't Jonah Jameson in the comics know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man?
I'm pretty sure they took that away. He did know. They show him like when it was revealed in Civil War, he has a moment where he faints, and then I think afterward he like sues Peter.
Because his conflict of interest.
No, because he's like, well, you've been ripping me off all these
Oh.
years, right?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Because he was taking photos of himself and then charging. So yeah, he's like, what the fuck, right? Yeah, but yeah, I don't. Look, Spider-Man comics right now, like I said, after Superior Spider-Man, which I kind of did like, it was somewhat interesting. Yeah, I don't know, like. I don't know if you could do that in the MCU. Like that's what I was saying. Maybe you can merge it with like the symbiote stuff and just cut out the Dr. Octopus, right? It's just Peter doing all of this. But I don't know. Maybe that seems way too early. I don't know. I just feel like recently Spider-Man stories, like once they introduced like Parker's Industries and they were trying to make him like Tony Stark. I could definitely see that happening in the MCU, but it would be so lame.
Maria
It'd be so
Jameson.
lame.
Maria Jameson was her name.
Well, but like here's the thing though, the recent Spider-Man comic where like apparently like Peter says he loves Mary Jane like a sister now. Is
Yes,
just-
She-Hulk was
Yeah.
married to the
What?
son. Yes, this
Yes.
is true.
What? What the fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
She-Hulk goes around to like how many
She's-
characters? Like, oh my
she-
god.
She does sleep around, but she was
Yeah.
married to John Jameson. That's true.
To be honest, I'm sure that some of these comic books are pretty good. This is why I'm more of a movie person than a comic guy because some of the concepts of some of these comics can be kind of strange.
Oh,
It
wait
is,
until you read
it
the
is.
Clone Saga.
Oh no, don't read that, bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
They
Don't
had
read
a-
that.
they had a
Listen,
Jacqueline in
listen.
MCU.
Listen,
yeah, I
if
heard
they
a
ever
lot
do
of-
the if they ever do the Clone Saga in the MCU, then
Hey, you know-
then Spider-Man will go downhill.
They should
Well-
do if they're gonna have Daredevil and Spider-Man related stuff, and they have these gang wars stuff. They should have
Devil's Reign.
Hobgoblin. You should have Hobgoblin be hired as a merc or something like that.
Yeah.
I think they will do Devil's Reign, to be honest.
Or
That whole
have-
comic right now seems like that's destined to be in the MCU.
or have Sin Eater.
Yeah,
Sin
Sin
Eater-
Eater would be pretty cool.
Sin Eater, you could do Daredevil, but Spider-Man.
Yeah, you could do that there. I could see. Oh well, he's a Spider-Man villain, so
But
he would
yeah,
have to appear in the Spider-Man movie.
The thing is, how do you do Sin Eater? I know, like, you make him a messed up, like, split personality. That's what he's known to have, right? Split personality at first.
Mhm.
But do you make him like a former SEAL agent, and you got drunk, drugs, and started with it basically was religion, right? Like
Mhm.
he killed people that committed sin, right?
Yeah, he is crazy though. He's just a straight up murderer though. At
Yeah.
some parts, you know.
But he thinks he's justifying doing it.
Yeah.
Was he in Spider-Man 2?
Yeah, there's a rumor. Wait. Oh, okay. That's with a question mark. Yeah, so there's a rumor that Spider-Man 2 has Sin Eater.
Wait,
The one
and
Doc
the
Ock?
game?
Oh, the game.
no, the game. Yeah,
Oh.
that's why I was like, oh, did he put a question mark? Because I was confused. Yeah.
I know Sin Eater came back, right? And he was able to take powers away. He's able to take powers away and use them apparently. And he could cleanse people of their sins.
Mm. I also wouldn't be surprised. Speaking of Spider-Man 2, if the Insomniac games go on, just expect the MCU to just copy that. Because they're just like so lazy. It's like it's so blatant that that's what they're gonna copy.
I mean, they are kind of separate. They do have a universe, really. If they're doing with Wolverine, they do already have the Avengers Tower. They do have the Doctor Strange's place.
Pete.
They do have. They do have Doctor Strange's where Doctor Strange is. They do have the Baxter Building in Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well. We might as well kick off a universe off of that. Insomnia.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Wolverine is connected. You know,
Howard the Duck game by Insomniac. There you
Oh,
go.
the Duck.
Oh, what? Oh my goodness.
They
Sounds
better do
fun.
Midnight Suns too.
No,
I don't think they will, unfortunately.
Well, why? But not with Doctor Doom. At least
No, Doctor Doom is DLC, I think.
Is he?
Yeah,
I know
it
Venom.
didn't sell well.
I know Venom was latest DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I bought a Silver Surfer like Marvel Legends action figure like many years ago, back when like the Marvel Legend figures had comic books. The Silver Surfer figure came with the Howard the Duck figure.
They should if they have Silver Surfer come back, they should have Lawrence Fishburne do the voice again.
You should look up
he
the
really was in the MCU. I'm sorry.
you should look up the complicated history of Howard the Duck, and like just the weird shit that has happened with Howard the Duck, where the writer tried to basically. Degrassi should know this. This is the most hilarious story in comic book history, I feel like, where the writer of Howard the Duck was in a lawsuit with Marvel over the rights to Howard the Duck. And because of that, he just wanted the character, right? And so he did this weird thing where it was like Howard the Duck basically gets exchanged in the comic without Marvel knowing. So they somehow like, this is so complicated, it's so weird, but like they had a crossover where I don't even know, was it a Spider-Man comic? Oh man, it was like a Spider-Man comic with Savage Dragon and this Destroyer Duck. I think it's Destroyer Duck. Yeah, with Image and Marvel, right? But without realizing, Marvel basically allowed the writer to take Howard the Duck without them knowing, because they changed the character. So Howard the Duck in the Marvel universe was actually Destroyer Duck, and the Destroyer Duck in Image comic was actually Howard the Duck. And so Marvel got really pissed off because like it's canon, right? So like Howard the Duck no longer exists in the Marvel universe. It's just like a look-alike. It's so weird, and this is all just like lawsuits and. Oh my god! This is, you have to look this up. I'm not explaining it well. It's insane. Yeah. Sorry to go on the tirade, but yeah.
Man, just give me Ghost Rider already. If you're having Mephisto, why are you not having Ghost Rider? Like seriously, Ghost Rider.
Give me Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider and
yeah, give me Nicolas Cage. Sure.
Yeah, I think that's probably gonna happen.
Oh my goodness.
Jessica Alba.
Yes.
Jessica Alba too. Rebecca
Yes.
still with buddy.
Bring my uncle back as the Thing.
No man.
Because my uncle looks like Michael
Chiklis,
Chiklis, the guy that played the
Chiklis?
Thing in the 2005 film.
Oh man.
But I don't know how I feel about Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
I mean, he's not a bad actor, but it is kind of weird.
Yeah, like Mephisto is like He's not really the devil in MCU and Marvel, guys. He pretends to be.
No,
He's not really.
yeah, he
There's a lot of them.
pretends.
There is actually a Lucifer character in Marvel. Like,
Yeah, I mean, there's all types of weird shit in Marvel comics, like Jesus is a mutant.
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
there's all types of weird
This
shit.
is a mutant. Wow.
Yo,
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah, he is.
Wasn't there-
Same as Santa
wasn't
Claus,
like in-
apparently.
Mhm.
Wasn't in X-Men Days of Future Past the movie like wasn't like JFK like a mutant or something like according to
Yeah.
Yes.
Magneto?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what Michael Fassbender's character.
I don't remember that. Maybe I was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a
Blue
brief
Jay.
thing, but it always like stuck with me. I was like,
Remember, you know
huh.
you know the JFK assassination, right? Obviously, all of us know that, right? But the assassination.
Mhm.
But you know how Magneto ended up in that prison, right? They thought he's the one that killed him, but
Yeah.
he revealed
He
that
was actually
saved-
trying to save him. Yeah. Yeah. That stuff is always weird, but I mean, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I love the movie still, but like that was always like, huh, interesting.
Yeah, you're just like,
I
what the
don't
fuck?
remember that. I remember. I haven't seen that movie like in freaking years. I don't remember that.
Yeah, same. But yeah, I remember that because it was just so weird, just bizarre.
Days of Future Past was a good X-Men movie.
Yeah, it was a pretty good movie.
First Class.
Quicksilver is definitely better than MCU Quicksilver.
Well, they had to kill him off, but they couldn't continue using him because they didn't know if they're going to get the Fox plans because they couldn't use the Quicksilver name.
Ralph Boner.
Mm.
They couldn't use the Quicksilver
Yeah,
name.
but Ralph
They're
Boner.
not even allowed to use the Scarlet Witch name either.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch. I mean, the thing is, it kind of makes more sense that she
Yeah.
appeared in the Avengers movies than X-Men because, I mean, she was on the Brotherhood of Mutants, but it was so like she's really more of an Avengers character, right?
Yeah,
There's
she's not
more-
an
there's
X-Men
more-
character. No,
Yeah, it's just that yeah, her father is Magneto, but besides
Not
that, and that was
anymore.
retconned.
it's revealed that she's not the daughter of Magneto anymore.
Yeah, they always retcon that. It's always some nonsense. I'm sure when they do that in the MCU, the comics will reintroduce that idea. It's just so messy and weird.
Yeah, there were. If you know something, they were not even allowed to call Pietro in X-Men Pietro. They call him Peter.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah.
hmm
And then when you got Evan Peters in WandaVision as Pietro, that's because of the deal with Fox of having all the Fox assets. That's because of that. If they never got the Fox assets, you would never have Evan Peters in the
Yeah,
WandaVision. Never.
Probably. I don't think they would have Aaron Taylor Johnson either, though.
Yeah,
Aaron Taylor Johnson was like one and done.
he was.
Mhm.
Well, maybe Secret Wars. I don't know. But technically,
Well, here's the thing. I feel like Secret Wars because like if they do bring in a Quicksilver, they'll probably bring in the one from the Fox universe because he's a fan favorite.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Like,
you know
they're
what?
gonna go for that nostalgia.
Aaron Taylor
Mhm.
Johnson should go to DC though.
Well, unless he's James Bond.
Yeah, he's according to gambling sites that do this kind of stuff, have entertainment, he's a favorite to be Bond right now.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense. I can't really see anyone else.
He's in the
in
age
the
group. I
running.
think he's in his young 30s, so he's perfect right now.
He
Right
could
now?
be Superman.
I can see him as Batman.
You think Jake Gyllenhaal they could do Batman now with him? Because he was supposed to be Batman. Like he was in the running a few times. Maybe Nicholas.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know if he wants that commitment.
Nicholas Hoult, because Nicholas Hoult was the runner-up to Robert Pattinson.
Nicholas Hoult, no. I think that only would have made sense for the Matt Reeves movies, but not a DCU Batman.
Yeah,
Because he more looks like Robert Pattinson, so I think it would just be confusing.
so let's just get an American actor for Batman. Let's not get these British or Australian actors. Get American. I'm sorry.
I can't even think of an American actor for Batman.
Oh, because I
Tom
feel like
Cruise.
No man.
Because like let's be real here. For some reason, I noticed how like the British Batman have like the more realistic, way more grounded like universes. Did you guys like notice
Mhm.
that?
Mm-hmm.
Like Christian Bale, Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Army Hammer is Batman. I'm kidding.
No,
Not anymore.
He was going to be.
Yeah,
Batman.
he was.
One of my friends
Sorry.
one of my friends at work, he was like actually bringing up like the Justice League, like that Justice League movie they were gonna make in like the late 2000s with like Army Hammer's Batman. Could you imagine?
I actually think Army Hammer could make a good Bruce Wayne. I actually think he does look like he could make a good Bruce Wayne in Batman, because I think he has a look for it. And in the movies he's been in, he certainly seems like he has this kind of charm and personality to pull off especially a Bruce Wayne. Like the Playboy persona, I think Army Hammer has kind of the acting chops for that. Because when you're playing Batman, you're playing two characters, really. Right?
Mhm.
You're really playing two characters. You're playing Bruce Wayne, the fake character, the fake, right? It's all that's the fake. The Playboy billionaire, whatever, that's the mask. You're playing that, and you're also playing Batman, the serious type, the one is to himself. When you play Batman, you're really playing two characters. Compared to most heroes, and even Marvel and DC, when you're playing Superman, right? Clark, Clark and Superman, even though at times Clark is sometimes, as Clark persona, he can be seen a little clumsy, like a goofball. But it's not all that different. It doesn't really go that far from his Superman persona,
Well, I mean, the clumsiness was Christopher Reeves.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they should still keep it though, because it makes sense. If he's not clumsy, it is kind of weird that people don't notice him.
Yeah, like Batman to me is the one character for an actor you play two roles. Same with Two-Face, man. If you could, what I'd love to see him do with Two-Face. The Lord of the Rings scene where Smeagol and Gollum were kind of like, obviously it's the same person, right? You didn't see them talking together, but but that scene makes it look like they're talking together. I want to see that with Two-Face.
That actually might be an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I love Aaron Eckhart's Two-Face, but that wasn't the Two-Face from the comics or the show. That wasn't two personalities going at each other.
No, that was such a waste, in my opinion. They could have done more with that.
Yeah.
But speaking of actors I don't want to see, this is a popular actor, but I can't see him as Batman. Jensen Ackles.
No, I agree with you. I don't see him as Batman either.
He's got an interesting voice, but no, he doesn't look like Batman. I'm sorry.
He has a deep voice.
I like his voice, but I think it's different. It's a different enough voice, so I don't see him as Batman. Yeah. But I can see him as a completely different character in the DC universe.
Yeah, I think he will be. I mean, remember, I keep saying he's the one that kept saying about the secret project he was working on with James Gunn. And it was never revealed what project he was talking about. And he said it was DC related.
Yeah.
My guess is it's Creatures Commando. I think he might be cast as a character in that show.
I heard a rumor is Frank Grillo. His Crossbones, right? From Marvel.
But he could play someone else though.
Yeah, he's teasing he's joining DCU too.
Yeah. Yeah, someone needs to go back and look at that podcast because he says it, and it's like, well, what came of this?
Yeah. So it seems like James Gunn's DCU, we're starting to get some pieces. I think we're gonna get an actor cast of Superman this year, definitely, because they got the film. We got the film soon, right, for 2025.
Yeah,
probably later this year.
Yeah,
maybe Comic-Con. Yeah, I think that might be the earliest. Too early.
That could be the earliest.
Do it to counter Marvel. Do it.
Counter Marvel.
Because he's still working on the script, right? And the script probably is not going to be finished for quite some time.
Announce the Batman 2 cast at Comic-Con. I want to know who the villain is. Give me the villain. Man. April. Yeah, I know Degrassi told me April. There's a reason why. But give me a villain. So where did you hear? Where was that article where they say Hush? That Reeves is looking for Hush? Maybe as a
No, it wasn't an article. It was in an interview where he says they asked him what villain he wants to use, and he said Hush.
He's probably allowed to use. I mean, it kind of teased them a little bit, I guess, with the Elliot.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Degrassi's right. Gunn did say like that he's like
Yeah.
more than halfway done or something
Well,
like that.
Batman 2, according
Yeah.
to Grace Randolph, will be
Okay.
starting shooting soon in November. That's when the Penguin apparently wraps up filming in November.
Mm.
And move on from there. But I don't know how you do Hush, because Hush, you want to do hard to Hush, right? Like, because when you introduce
Yeah.
Hush, you manipulate every villain, basically. Almost every
Yeah,
rogue villain.
skip the Hush storyline that everybody points to. Just do Heart of Hush because that's the one that is the more interesting one.
Do you want to make him as a doctor, or
Yeah, I'd make him as a doctor.
but you still
Surgeon.
make him still as a friend as Bruce Wayne?
Yeah, I say keep all of that. That's what makes the story interesting.
Because when I saw the movie and the words Edward Elliot popped up, Bruce Wayne didn't react like as Tommy's father or whatever, grandfather.
Yeah.
Like he didn't react to that. I mean, if it's a friend, I guess wouldn't you want to react to that?
That might just be an Easter egg because remember what I told you? The way that it's presented in the movie, it's almost like it was for the audience and not him.
It's just the thing is, I love Hush. I think I like a lot of us love Hush. Hush is not exactly a very popular Batman character.
True, but here's the thing. I know a lot of people keep saying Mr. Freeze, but I really can't see Mr. Freeze being in this universe. I think this is all going to be like gangsters, mobs, stuff like that. Like,
the only way you could do it is make him kind of like Captain Cold.
Yeah, but it just doesn't. I don't think that would work like that. It makes more sense in the DCU, but not the Reeves verse.
Yeah,
like it needs to be grounded, right? So,
what about the Well, I know this is another character, but what I've been saying, like, what about the Phantasm?
Yeah, the Phantasm. Yeah, that's the thing. Phantasm and Hush are kind of similar, right? So you kind of either have to pick one or the other. And I'm not really sure if he would want to do the Phantasm just because, like, he seems more like a comic guy, and even though Phantasm,
it's very underused character.
Yeah, I should say she's not. Yeah, she's not used a lot, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, hold on, I'm trying to remember. Hold on, I'm trying to remember what character in the comic now becomes Arkham Knight. If it was her, or if it was another character.
It wasn't her.
Okay, because I know obviously, yeah. Jason Todd is not Arkham Knight in the comics. That's just in the game.
No. In the Arkham Universe comics, he was, but not.
Yeah, of course, but not in the main continuity. Yeah.
Yeah. Magpie, yeah. Well, Magpie was a Batgirl. I remember that. I know Batwoman. I remember Magpie. Man. Well, how about Woxy? What's her name? Woxy. No, that's a Superman villain, but Woxy Rocket, is that her name?
Roxy Rocket.
Yeah, you remember her?
Vaguely.
Yeah, the names definitely sounds familiar.
Here's a villain map. Here's a villain map we should use. Condiment King. Done.
Yes. You know what character needs to appear? Vicky Vale. Just make sure she's not screaming like she was in the 1989 film.
Yeah.
No, man.
She doesn't Kim Basinger scream a lot in that movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, honestly, is it me or like did her screams sound like Kirsten Dunst's screams?
Yes, it does.
Sound like any other damsel in distress.
Yeah, just
I'm glad Marvel movies don't
sound.
make. I'm glad comic book movies don't make a woman damsel in distress anymore.
Oh my! Could you imagine if like
yes, she was.
Could you imagine in Spider-Man No Way Home, Kirsten Dunst's Mary Jane also came into the universe and was held captive at the Statue of Liberty, and like it was like 4 times. Even in another universe, she's like a damsel in distress.
It's like MJ.
It's like old times.
MJ, I have enough. I'm tired of saving you all the time. I'm gonna train you. I'm gonna teach you self defense. You're gonna learn everything. Like,
Can we get, they should get Kirsten Dunst, Emma Stone, and Zendaya both as damsel in distress.
Stresses. Oh
guys,
man.
I'm done. I'm done saving you all the time. I'm gonna get a radioactive spider, and you're gonna get bit by one, so you can develop Spider-Man power. Spider power.
Oh
Spider
man.
Gwen.
That's a little abusive right there.
They recently were trying to do that in the comics, where she's like a spider person.
Yeah.
MJ at least, right? That was kind of weird. That's another character they don't know what to do with.
Yeah, I remember Sean Young. Yeah, I've heard this.
Mhm.
When did
Yeah, and then also Sean Young was trying to also be Catwoman, and she went on this whole
Yeah.
parade trying to like get the role, and then she
I don't
didn't,
remember
and she was
what
pissed.
scene. I don't remember a horse scene in in '89 Batman. Maybe it wasn't. Yeah, she was. Michelle Pfeiffer was not supposed to be Catwoman. It was supposed to be Sean Young too.
Well, she wasn't cast just yet.
Oh,
She
yeah.
wanted to be Catwoman, right?
Oh yeah. Sean Young. I remember Sean Young. Like she was in what was
She's in Blade Runner.
Blade. Well, yeah, but she was. A lot of people know her from Ace Ventura. Oh yeah, and then Banning was. Yeah, I remember this rumor too. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember Sean Young was in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. She played the guy.
I didn't even remember that.
She was the guy. Ray Finkel. That's what her character was. The guy who turned into police chief.
Hmm.
I don't know. She hasn't done anything since.
Oh, you know what's speaking of Ace Ventura? Oh man, wasn't it Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, and The Mask all at the same time? That's crazy. Like the same year. Oh my god, that's insane.
Was it 90? Yeah.
It was all the same year.
Jim Carrey's early 90s where he was having hits after hits.
Oh yeah, that's right. 1994 was like a pretty big year for him. He had like Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, The Mask.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm like, that's crazy. Like how come that doesn't happen at like any time? Like in the last 10 years, where it's like 1 year is just full of like classic movies.
Yeah.
It's so weird looking back. Like the same day Blade Runner, The Thing, and E.T. came out. That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. I'm like, that's like some Matrix shit. Like, how did that happen?
It should be E.T. 2.
Oh
E.T.
God.
Comes with E.T.
Well, they try to there's a story behind E.T. 2 where they asked Steven Spielberg to make like a script for E.T. 2, and he purposely made it like shit. It was like a horror movie where the kids die and all this crap, right? Where E.T. comes back and kills them. And it was a troll script, right? Because he didn't want to make the movie.
Oh.
And so they read it and they were like, what the fuck? And so they never made the movie.
Oh, he did. Okay, that's funny though. That's a joke. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should have been one and done.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
E.T. go home. You should never send him home. He was gonna bring back an invasion.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like not to say I want it, but I kind of want to see it just like for fucking laughs. It's like I can't believe they made this movie.
They should call it E.T. E.T. War of the Worlds.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I remember that scene where
I want to see it. Release it.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what?
Wait, what happened?
Wait, what is he referring to? Is he talking about E.T.?
Yeah.
Oh,
a legacy sequel? No.
You know what's funny? Every time E.T. like does like the E.T. phone home, like puts his finger up in Elliot's face, I used to make a joke saying like he's gonna like poke him in the eye and just like run off.
You know what
he's
E.T.
like-
should have done?
Poke him in the eye and have him beat
You know
the
what E.T.
lion.
should have done at the end of E.T.? When his family arrives to ship, he should give the humans a middle finger and be like, bye, motherfuckers. And he gives them a finger.
Bye, bitch.
Bye, bitch. Or something.
I can't believe that a sequel to ET. That would be absolutely insane. Like, can you imagine? Like,
It's Hollywood.
in the
it's
next
awesome.
5 years, they make it ET 2.
E.T. Strikes Back.
ETV
Return
God.
of
ETV Batman.
E.T. returns home.
Yeah, oh
my
yeah.
God.
ET Home Invaded.
Oh my gosh.
E.T. comes back just for the Reese's Pieces.
By the way, as a kid, I was terrified of ET.
I used to
Good
love
Lord.
watching it.
Me too.
I could not watch it as a kid. I was so terrified. Like ET looked like the strangest motherfucker on the planet. I couldn't understand why those kids were like friends with him. I couldn't watch it. I was so
Well,
terrified.
Yeah, I remember I used to watch ET as a kid all the time. Then, like, as an adult, I didn't realize, like, one of the phrases one of the kids used in the movie, like, he like, calls his brother penis breath. Oh, my God. And I had no idea as a kid what that was.
Like,
'Cause I used to watch that movie all the time when I visited my grandma. Go ahead, Blue Jay.
Oh, no, you're fine. I think when I was little, when I think that one time I watched E.T. is like he looks like a crusty, hardened piece of shit.
No, that's what I'm saying. As a kid, oh my God, he looked fucking terrifying. Like
I didn't think he looked
just-
terrifying when I was little.
It's that
he
neck.
looked terrifying, man.
That
His
neck.
eyes, his face, like I seen that shit in the closet. I'd stab that dude. I'll stab him. Like, what the fuck is this shit doing in the closet? I'm telling you, like, he did not look cute at all. Oh my God, he was the most disturbing thing I've ever seen.
Someone took
There's
a
so
shit
many-
in my closet.
Beat the shit out of this thing. Like, what the hell?
And Drew Barrymore be like, stop it, you're killing him.
That's the point. Oh my God.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my God.
That's just true. He doesn't do sequels, Spielberg. He didn't do Jaws 2.
And well, he's saying he did do a sequel. He did Jurassic Park 2.
Well,
And
But
all
he's
those
saying-
Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah, and Indiana Jones. But he's Degrassi's saying a legacy movie, as in. Well, no, actually, no. He did do a legacy movie. Like, what do you mean by legacy? Because Crystal Skull is wouldn't that be a legacy movie?
well, but I think if you're talking about like the
Or
Hollow,
are you talking about?
like kind of like that's a legacy sequel, kind of.
Legacy.
Yeah, that or Star Wars. Yeah, like that would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
or the
Degrassi- I know
recent
Degrassi.
Scream movie, kind of.
I know
Mhm.
Degrassi would do this. Degrassi's like, I'm out, Earth. See you later, losers.
Mhm. Oh my God, I couldn't jump on that spaceship. No way. I need to like share all my childhood traumas.
E.T. was like psychic the whole time.
Oh man.
Honestly,
Oh,
I
man.
think the aliens would just like see what our society and culture is like, and I think that would scare them off. Not even like weapons.
Oh
Well,
man.
apparently aliens don't have advanced technology. Otherwise, we were able to shoot them down the past 2 weeks.
Yo, I saw like
Maybe-
Keemstar was apparently like perpetuating some kind of theory that we were shooting down UFOs, not even Chinese balloons.
Maybe instead of fear them invade us, because we always fear they're going to invade us. How about we invade them? Since their
Oh my
technology is
God.
really weak. Apparently weak.
It's like Keemstar's drinking the same Kool-Aid that Ty from Pop Culture Corner's been drinking. Like, notice how like he
Oh.
completely changed his channel around and went from a pop culture channel to like
Yes.
a UFO channel. Like,
Yeah, I was surprised by that. I was like, what?
that was like the weirdest conversion I have ever seen.
Oh
Hey
man.
guys, my next guest is E.T.
Oh fuck no! I'm killing him.
Zoldak
I'm choking him and then stabbing that
Zoldak.
dude. I'm serious, man. I cannot. I mean, I've obviously grown out of it, but like, still, when I see him, I'm like, I can understand why I was terrified as a kid. Same thing with the Hulk. The Hulk terrified me as a kid. Oh my god.
I think Hawk still terrifies me.
Which one? The comic book, like in general?
The comic book, the 2003 movie. Couldn't watch that movie. I was terrified. Screamed up and down the theater when I was a kid when that movie came out.
The sequel to Schindler's List.
Oh, being like 20 years or more. No, what the fuck?
What the heck? What the heck, Aaron?
I'm kidding.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, what did he say?
He said a sequel to Schindler's List.
What?
Oh, never mind.
You know what? You know what we need a legacy sequel to?
You ever watch Seinfeld? You're making out during Schindler's List?
You know what we need a legacy sequel to? The Human Centipede.
Oh no, George. No, George, no. It's time to go to bed, George.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Like the Human Centipede.
Give me a legacy.
Oh my
you know what?
God.
Titanic. There you go.
There was a sequel to Titanic.
Jaws, I'm sure
What?
scared
Cameron.
so many people. Like even when I go into a pool, like I always imagine a
me
shark
too. Me
below
too.
me, and it does freak me out just a little bit. Even though they don't really attack you, that's the thing. Like,
No, I think if there's blood, they might be drawing.
Yeah.
Drawing really blood.
yeah. Another thing that traumatized me. I was telling Tony this was Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy traumatized.
Ren and Stimpy
Stimpy?
traumatized me. Yeah, and this was because at the time, the adult version of the show came on.
Oh,
And as a kid, I got mixed up. I watched the adult version by accident one night, and I was scarred.
That's the adult party cartoon. I never seen that, but heard that's terrible. But I used
Yeah,
to
it's
watch
terrible.
Ren and Stimpy.
Grassing a piece of me.
I used to watch Ren and Stimpy all the time.
Oh my! Oh yeah, aren't they remaking of The Color Purple? It's coming out this year.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
They
Oh
are?
my god! Yeah, I always forget. I see it from time to time, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I forget about it.
It's a color.
Maybe it's this year or next year. I can't remember, but
They're remaking it. I know that's for a fact.
Let me see.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up right now.
what was another thing that traumatized me? Fuck, I had it in my mind, and Chucky. Oh my god, I have a. Chucky traumatized me as a kid because I had a friend who was just obsessed with Chucky. Every single time, just talk about Chucky. And I remember one time we got in trouble at school because he was trying to like prank some of the kids with by like running in our classroom and screaming Chucky, right? And he ran into the wrong classroom, and it was a teacher that was like he was very hard, man. This guy would cuss us off. And so that's what happened. He ran in the room, screamed Chucky, and then he's like, oh, fuck. And he ran out of the classroom. And so we went back to class, and the teacher came and he cussed us off. Like he was the only teacher I've ever seen like openly just swear at kids. And no one did anything about it. It was insane. But yeah.
The Color Purple remake, it is coming out in theaters this Christmas this year.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it is an upcoming musical coming of age period drama.
Why?
I don't know. I just looked it up and said, oh, it's a musical. Okay, it's a musical, I guess. Okay.
No, man. Oh
That's
my god.
interesting. Who's producing it? Oh, Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg, yeah.
No.
Yeah, different director though.
Spielberg and Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Oprah Winfrey, I'm not surprised because she was an original, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Interesting.
I'm trying to think what else.
I didn't know they were
what
making
needs a
it.
legacy sequel. Howard the
Say
Duck
that
needs
again?
a legacy sequel.
Oh,
We need Leia Thompson.
Get George Lucas back.
I'm telling you, man, it's gonna do. If they make Howard the Duck the main, like the original one, the main event in
Oh,
Secret
man.
Wars, bro. $3 billion.
Howard Duck saves the MCU by just beating all the Kang variants.
Not the Seth Green one.
Oh my
He goes to Big
god.
Bad Billy for Phase 789.
No.
Deadpool. Deadpool kills the MCU. That's what they should do with Deadpool. If they want to reboot if they want to reboot the MCU at one point, just have Deadpool kill everybody like he does in the
American
comics.
Psycho could need a sequel.
Cocoon needs a
my
legacy.
There was a
sequel.
Psycho. There was a sequel to American Psycho with Mila Kunis.
We pretend that
There was? Hold on.
Yeah.
Was?
American Psycho 2.
I'm, like, confused now.
Psycho 2 starring Mila Kunis.
Yeah, it's true.
What
With
the
William
fuck?
Shatner. Shatner was in it. Yeah.
William said, what the fuck?
What the fuck is this?
He plays a college student.
Oh my god.
Is this a direct-to-DVD sequel or something?
I'm not sure. I don't think.
Look-
No, Arkham. I'm not scared of Chucky anymore. I'm not really scared of any of the things I was as a kid. Yeah, so the Chucky though, I always thought Chucky was a weird ass character, like later on. Like realizing just how like just fucking bizarre the fucking Chucky movies are. At least the sequels, right?
Oh wow, you can watch it on HBO Max, American Psycho 2.
Oh my god. Why?
Let's do a watch along for American Psycho 2.
I kind of wish, you know what? Speaking of like movies that have, I mean, well, Fight Club is a book, but there's 2 sequels to Fight Club, and they're terrible, really bad. Yeah, they're comics, but yeah, I have no clue why. It doesn't even make sense narratively, but they exist.
Oh, Morgan. No, don't tell me. Oh, not Morgan. Okay. Good. It's not Morgan Freeman.
A sequel series of American Psycho. Why? Just why?
Do you know what's also? Do you know CBS is doing a True Lies TV show?
Yes.
Yeah, I did hear that. Yes.
I did not. I just saw that like a year ago.
It has the friend from She-Hulk in it. Paralegal.
Who? Oh, okay. Oh my god, I just feel like
She-Hulk's friend, best friend.
all these like random sequels to things that don't need sequels, and we don't even have things that deserve sequels. It's just weird.
All these movies or TV shows have weird titles now. Like
They do. Yeah, they don't really have a lot of creative titles anymore.
It's like every title's been used.
Also, did anyone see Cocaine Bear? Because like
No.
I'm hearing some mixed things about this movie.
Yeah.
Like people are praising it, saying, "Oh, it's like amazing," and you have people who are like, "Actually, it's kind of crap." So I'm like confused.
It sounds like it's probably Elizabeth Banks' best movie that she's directed.
Which is not saying much, but
Yeah, that's not saying much because like her version of Charlie's Angels, like that was.
Nobody
Yeah.
watched that.
No,
I
according to
wasn't-
Phantom Menace, it was woke.
oh my god, he punched the clown in the face.
It's woke.
They should do a prequel to Hogwarts at least, like before.
I guess. I mean, but the thing is, I heard the game story wasn't even that good. So when I heard that, I was like, "What? Why would they make a TV show on a game that the story isn't even good?" It's weird.
I don't think you could do after Harry Potter personally. Stuff after Harry Potter, but I think you could do stuff before Harry Potter, like the Fantastic.
Why not after Harry Potter? Doesn't it make some sense?
I guess, but
Like besides the book, right? Besides the book being terrible. Yeah, not Chris Child, but like besides that, right? I don't see why. I mean, Fantastic Beasts is already a prequel. I think it even takes place the same time as Hogwarts Legacy. No,
Hogwarts Legacy is in the 1800s. I think Fantastic Beasts is in the 1900s.
19. Okay, well, but still, like they're both prequels. Just do a new series and call it Hogwarts Legacy.
I mean, we have the Ron Weasley's descendant in Hogwarts Legacy as a professor. Yeah. Yeah, with the main cast. If
Hmm.
Emma Watson ever wants to come back in acting, I don't know what she's doing. Like, I don't know what
Yeah,
she's
what is she doing?
like racking up all that money she made and doing nothing. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think Radcliffe wants to come back. Honestly, I think he appreciated it.
I think the actors don't want to come back in general. I think they just want to do other things.
Yeah.
I mean, given how those movies were released like back to back at the time, I can see
Mhm.
why.
Yeah, it's probably a hell for them as kids.
I don't know what Emma Watson's up to. Like seriously,
Well,
she hasn't been cast in anything for her last movie was Little Women, right? That was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah,
So the last
There's a lot
big
of
thing
that.
she was in was Beauty and
Beauty and the Beast.
oh,
yeah,
her
that was
singing was
16
horrible in
2016,
there.
right? That was 7 years ago.
17.
17, okay, 6 years ago. Still pretty long. I think she's more into the activist stuff than she's into.
Let me see. What is I like Emma Watson. I think I like her outside. Like, I just she's mostly known for as Hermione. Yeah, she was in Little Mermaid, and then the last big thing was Beauty and the Beast, and then I was just like, she hasn't been in much other movies. All of this is just Harry Potter, Harry Potter, Harry Potter.
It's Radcliffe. Radcliffe has done some
By the way,
small movies and some bigger movies.
how long until the next Mad Max movie? When's the spin-off
Furiosa?
happening?
The prequel
Yeah, when's that
one,
coming
I
out?
think that might be next year.
I think that's next year.
Is it next year?
Yeah.
Let me
With
see.
Anna
Furiosa?
Taylor-Joy,
Now,
right?
that's gonna be a very interesting film.
Furiosa. I can't spell.
Because I kind of just want a normal Mad Max movie.
It's May of 2024.
Okay,
That's-
good.
There we go.
Yeah.
He's taking his time,
It's almost 9 years after Fury Road. That's crazy.
which is so weird because you would think that like how well received the first the Fury Road was, you would think that
But it didn't do well at the box
well,
office.
I mean, I think it did well. As
But
far
not
as-
as
No,
well
I
as
don't-
I think they wanted it to do.
Yeah. And also, too, remember there was that rumor that Charlize Theron and Tom Hardy didn't
You're not get
like
along.
they clashed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you could just remove Furiosa and just have Mad Max. I don't really see the problem with that.
In Game of Thrones for like most of the seasons, Lena Headey and the actor who played Bronn, the friend of Jaime Lannister. They never, how they're sometimes in the show they were in scenes together in the show, but when they were filming, they were never in the same room on the set at the same time. Because they were married at one point. I don't know the actor's name who plays Bronn. The Jaime Lannister's friend, right? Bronn.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what his name is, but apparently they had like a pretty hard falling out, and they got divorced, and they
Damn.
yeah, and like they couldn't, and so they didn't really act together on set at the same time. Even though in some scenes they look like they're, even though some scenes they were in the room together, it looks like they're in the same room together. Because you could do that in acting now, right? You could do that in movies.
Yeah, that's easy to do. Yeah.
And they did it for like, I don't know, when he was introduced, the second season. I think he was not in the first season. I think he was introduced in the second season. Right, Degrassi, isn't that true? Right, about Lena Headey and that actor played Bronn, right? Isn't that true? I think I read that somewhere. Yeah, Mel Gibson.
Yeah, I'm curious if they would try to do that like an old Mad Max. That would be dope as hell.
Old Mad Max.
Yeah. But I mean, Mel Gibson has been in movies, but like he hasn't really been in a big movie where it's like there's all this marketing and stuff. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah, what's another franchise that they should bring back? Turn into a legacy movie.
Hmm.
The Hangover.
No, that's.
I know Mel Gibson's directing Lethal Weapon 5.
Oh right.
Yeah, because Richard Donner passed away. Yeah.
Is Donald Glover's coming back? How old is Donald Glover,
you know
though?
what, yo?
Yeah.
What if they do like a new Warriors movie, like from like the 1970s?
I mean,
Like Warriors come
Not Donald
out to
Glover.
play.
but
Danny.
Danny, cause yeah, I'm sorry, cause yeah, Danny Glover.
I love the baseball Furies and the Warriors. It's like I just want to see the Warriors again, like in a new modern day like sequel or something. Be like Warriors.
Oh,
come
I got
out
a
to
good one.
play.
Here's a good one. The Godfather.
I could see that happening, but like I feel like Coppola would just like he wouldn't allow it.
No, yeah, Coppola will be pissed off.
Yeah, because I'm kind of surprised they haven't. I mean, it would be the third one came out in the 90s, right? So it's gonna be like 30 years in a couple of years, right? When did it come out? I forget.
I think it was like early 90s.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, I could see it happening, but then at the same time, it's like, well, what's the story gonna be?
True.
How,
Oh, here's another one I just thought of. Back to the Future Part 4.
I really want Back to the Future Part 4.
I do, but it's Michael J. Fox. I mean, they may not.
Yeah, with him, I just like I think there was that one video where him and Christopher Lloyd reunited, and then it's like, man, I feel bad for him. I just hope he's still holding on strong.
They canceled Lethal Weapon 5. What?
When?
I thought they were still gonna do it.
Let me see.
Yeah, check it.
Lethal Weapon. That should still happen.
I mean, like, I can understand if they aren't going to do it, right? Because I mean, when he was supposed to literally shoot the movie, he passed away. So it's like, yeah, I can kind of understand if they don't want to do it.
I can't find any like.
I'm telling you, Back to the Future 4, I feel like is going to happen. It's just going to be announced randomly, and everybody's going to be shocked. Because like, I'm like rewatching it, and I'm like, you could have done a Back to the Future 4. You easily could have done it. Out of all the series that came back,
Do you really want Lethal Weapon 5? Because apparently on IMDb, one of the writers is Shane Black.
Shane Black?
no, Shane Black is fine. I think Shane Black is fine. Even though yes, Predator was terrible, I don't think he's.
I mean, Iron Man 3.
I like Iron Man 3. So
Yeah, I like Iron Man 3 a lot.
You're one of the weird ones.
Yo,
I like Iron Man 3. I think people are just mad at the Mandarin twist because the thing is, he is set up in the other movies, so it kind of doesn't make sense that there is the twist. But the twist actually makes sense for the story.
The Predator was a terrible movie. That was
Iron Man 3 is actually very underrated.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
The best I could see is I just looked at what's it called, the movieweb.com. I can't find variety on whatever it's on there. Mel Gibson said it was published in like September of last year. Mel Gibson is confident that Lethal Weapon 5 will shoot in early 2023, which I don't know if that's true or not. So take it with a grain of salt.
Maybe
he did create it.
Maybe he shouldn't direct stuff then.
Oh yeah.
No, he should direct. I mean, The Nice Guys is a good movie. Like,
yeah, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang was a good movie. It's like like just because like, despite how his Predator movie turned out, his like first 3 movies were very good.
Yeah, like I get it, and on top of that too, like Shane Black will always have a reputation in Hollywood. Like he wrote some of the best scripts in Hollywood. So, and I mean, like so many screenwriters try to ape off of Shane Black too. So, to be honest, I'm a little confused. Like, what is he even doing? He should be making another movie.
Yeah, keep that in mind. Just because a director like made a bad movie, to some people that doesn't mean like that doesn't affect his entire catalog. Like, he still made like good movies.
Yeah, like I have no clue what people are talking about. Like Shane Black, like did anybody see The Nice Guys? That movie's amazing. That movie's hilarious.
It was a great movie.
I think I did see Nice Guys. Let me see.
I did
see that. That's
my
Ryan Gosling
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Like if he made more stuff like that,
Ryan Gosling's a very good actor. Like a lot of people think Ryan Gosling is not exactly the best actor. Like he's not bad.
No, he's a good. I don't know why people hate on Ryan
I know
Gosling.
there's some people that like Brian Bill. We knew Ryan Gosling. If you live in Canada, you knew Ryan Gosling from as a
Yeah,
kid.
he was in as a kid. Yeah, he was in what's that horror series? I forget.
He was in both.
It's kind of like
Goosebumps
Goosebumps.
and Afraid of the Dark.
Oh,
He
okay,
was in both
okay,
of them. But he
okay.
was,
Yeah.
where I first noticed him in Canada was in that school on a yacht on a boat, Break Your High or something it's called. And he was also
Well,
a lot of people don't know this. He also played Hercules.
I didn't know that.
Young Hercules. Based on Kevin Sorbo's Hercules, prequel to that, he played a young Hercules. So he's been around a long time. He's been in other movies, but his big break was really The Notebook. That's when a lot of people took notice. Was The Notebook, but we all remember from Members of Titans, right? Like, but yeah.
I was just reading the comments. Yeah, well, Anthony was saying the Blade Runner TV show. I mean, they're still developing that, so
I agree with that. Yeah. If they do another Perry movie, have Arnold come back.
Well, he was going to come back though. That's the thing. They cut it from The Predator.
Oh,
the ending where they're in the woods and stuff. Wait, hold on. Am I tripping? No, he's not in the movie at all, right? I'm trying to because
he's not.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so in the original script, because I read the script, and he shows up at the ending. Like he comes in a chopper and he's like, he says the line. It's really cringe, but yeah. So Shane Black should just make more of those buddy cop movies, but just like in different settings and stuff like that. Because we're kind of overdue for a movie like that. I feel like we haven't gotten really any sort of good comedies recently. Like within the last ever since the pandemic, I haven't watched a good comedy. Like just straight comedy. Unless I'm like totally blanking on something, but I honestly can't remember.
Yeah, the only comedy that I've seen in theaters was Clerks 3 since the pandemic.
I still have to watch that movie.
I think Marvel's really hurt the comedy and everybody. Everything.
Oh my god.
No, I'm not blaming Marvel for that. I'm sorry, Marvel.
Well, a lot of people do.
All right. Yeah, a lot of people do blame Marvel. Oh, I do want to see this.
Yes. This would be interesting.
Yeah, I want to see this. I think this would be funny as hell.
I guarantee Batista will be better than this than he was in Army of the Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Or that other movie where what was that movie? Who was in it? God damn. It was the Uber driver.
Stuber.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking. I remember. Yeah.
Camille Nanjiani was in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not so good.
This is gonna be this. This will be fun. This will be the Momoa is like the most likable actor out there. I'm sorry, like you can't hate the guy. There's nothing to hate about him.
He's awesome.
He's always excited about projects and stuff.
Yeah,
I love his like that gets me.
It's like,
my only concern is him in Dune.
Oh, he's dead in Dune, right?
Yeah, but he still plays an important role though, so I'm like a little bit concerned.
Well, every major actor died in the first movie of Dune.
Yeah.
Dune is still a lot better than Army of the Dead.
Remember
that had a bunch of characters that died.
Well, everybody basically dead except the daughter.
Army of the Dead is so stupid. Oh my god.
It was really
ridiculous.
Bad. I literally think it might be Zack Snyder's worst movie I ever seen.
It is. Which is incredible.
It's amazing.
You think they'll
It's astonishing though compared to most of the movies, the Rotten Tomatoes scores for Snyder movies. That's actually one of the higher ones.
That's insane. That's fucking
crazy.
Insane.
That's just crazy.
That's fucking criminal.
Arnie? Oh, Arnold.
I mean, it's Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, I don't really care. I mean, I like Army of the Dead. I don't even know. I thought people liked it when it came out.
I
I liked it fine.
Oh, the people that liked it were Snyder.
if you really not big on the zombie genre, then I feel like you might like it. But if you watch a lot of zombie stuff, then yeah,
Some
you're
stuff
just like this is
there's
tiresome
a
and
lot of stuff that doesn't
cliche.
make sense in that movie.
Yeah, like I still don't understand why he just randomly threw in the robot zombies and no one mentions it,
And zombies
even though
having
they're killing
babies.
him. Yeah, that was. I mean, it's the thing is, it's not as bad as the original script. The original script was
I know
they
the
were
alien.
raping people and shit.
Oh God.
Oh.
Yeah, I always tell people
Don't-
that because it's
people
insane.
for some reason, Zack Snyder has a fascination with that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Zack Snyder, some of the things, the projects that he wants to make, like I really question this dude's his mental state. I really do.
And if a lot of his movies, he does put women in vulnerable positions. Like,
No, the robot zombies are not there for a second. The whole scene where they're running away from them, you could see quite a lot of them.
my problem is not them being one second. My problem is the idea of robot zombies. There's no such thing as a robot zombie.
Well, the thing is, I don't mind that there's robot zombies, but the movie never explains it, and Zack Snyder explains it, and you're like, why isn't this in the movie? That's actually like the most interesting part of the movie, that the fact that they sent in robot zombies to study them. Like, why
Oh,
didn't you put that in the movie? And he's like, oh well, it's gonna be in the
that's
sequel. What the hell? Like, there's some people who didn't even notice it, but it's so blatant. It's just like, why did the fucking zombie just blow up into sparks? What the fuck? It's so obvious. Yeah, it's. I'm telling you, I really hate that movie,
I
man.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why Zack Snyder has a fascination with rape.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's really weird. I like Dawn of the Dead, but I mean, I
Yeah, Dawn of the
prefer
Dead,
the
I thought
original.
was a really good movie.
I,
Although
that,
the baby zombie freaks me out still.
that Batman comment, remember that Batman comment said that if Batman was in jail, this would happen. This would happen. Rorschach was in jail. Wouldn't that happen to him too?
Yeah, his whole thing with, oh my god, I like the Watchmen movie, but like if you held a gun at me and said pick the movie or the comic, I'm gonna pick the comic. Like his whole portrayal of Rorschach is so like, oh my god, it like misinterprets the whole point of Rorschach, where you're like, oh my god, do you actually like Rorschach? Because that's actually kind of scary. Like Rorschach is an absolute piece of shit scumbag. No one is supposed to like this character, but apparently people do. They just like the way he looks and they think he's badass. It's like, bro, he's a literal fucking racist, crazy murderer. What the hell? Yeah, I did hear about that. The prequel series.
He's doing that. Yes, I know.
Hey, I'm gonna dip out. Yeah, I'm gonna head out.
It's okay. Yeah, I know Max is live now.
Oh
no, he ended his stream.
Yeah,
Max ended his stream.
Yeah, he ended it.
Wait, we started at 11:30.
No, he started early.
No, he started at like 11 o'clock, and then he was like what took 40 minutes.
40 minutes is no. If he ended at 40 minutes, something's up.
Yeah. You're not gonna get into that stuff, but I'm just a little tired.
Well, if you like crazy characters, still people are crazy too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait, Blue Jay, I know you have a channel. Do you want to put in the private chat and I'll like
go ahead.
Yeah. Hold on,
because you usually do it in mine, but yeah, you can do it in Aaron's as well.
True. I have two channels actually. This I have the Blue Jay. I just kind of post gaming stuff and shit post sometimes, but I did make that recently created channel for just movie stuff. If I can find a way to copy it. Okay, this is my main channel right here. Then we go to the other channel.
All right, I'm gonna start.
Okay.
Let's see. I just don't know what am I doing? Switch accounts. There you go. Oh wow, I got 6 subscribers in that one.
Oh, Aaron, you already beat me to it.
Yeah, I got it. You can put the
Yeah.
next one, George, if you want. We'll end soon anyway. Like, you know, a
Mhm.
long time.
Yeah,
It's
it's
almost
kinda
2
late.
hours.
Yeah.
Copy.
Robot zombies.
And here is
Oh.
the other one.
All right, George, you can do that if you want.
Uh,
Fellas,
yeah.
Yeah, the first link is Blue Jay, and then the second one is the Aqua Blue Film Nerd, which it's a preposterous name. I just don't know what to call it.
What Aqua Blue Film Nerd's called?
Yeah, that's the one when I did that recent Ant-Man review.
Yeah. And you also did your Avatar review on there.
Yeah, I did that
Wow.
that was like a month ago. Like I said, I don't really like. I want to do more on that channel, but I don't like doing reviews by myself. It just feels a little awkward.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
understandable. That's understandable.
Yeah, I just
Awkward.
me and my buddy, we like to go see movies all the time, but we're like we're always working all the time. So what would you say? Like maybe next month we might go see. There's Scream 6, there's Shazam, John Wick, Creed. There's a lot of movies, or we might just go see at least one of them once a month.
Nice.
Once a month, we'll be there for Guardians because we Marvel movies is kind of like our thing. So we were there for
Mhm.
Guardians, maybe the Marvels, definitely maybe Shazam, or no, definitely the Flash because we're excited for that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I might do the same thing with my buddy Thomas from the Movie Nerds. We might do either Creed 3 or John Wick Chapter 4, maybe both. We haven't fully decided. I gotta talk to him this week if he wants to do Creed 3.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I might do like streams and stuff on that channel. Just I can invite you or whatever,
Yeah,
do a
go
little
for it.
spoilery discussions or whatnot. Because admittedly, me and my friend, we just kind of just tend to kind of like talk about the movie so much that we don't even know that we were actually spoiling it because that review got went up to 40 minutes, and I was like, oh shoot, that went longer than it needed to be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, I just wanted to come on and hang out and
Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here anyway. So, okay, George. So Blues are ready to promote himself. And, George, you could go.
Yeah, you can find
Alright.
me at the George. And I don't know if I'm doing a stream this week, but if I do, maybe I'll do my first basketball stream where I kind of
Mhm.
that might be a solo stream, and it'll be
Solo.
like my
You don't have me.
introduction to like basketball
What are you,
content.
Kyrie? You gonna go by yourself?
No, but it'll be like my introduction to like basketball
Oh.
content and like what I think how the rest of the season could play out, what teams could make the play in and all that. If I don't do it this week, I'll probably do it early next week, but I'm definitely like if I see Creed 3 this weekend, I'll be reviewing that. But yeah, no, I'll put my channel in the chat. But yeah, you can
All
find me
right.
at the George.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
Y'all have a good night.
All right, take care,
Okay,
All
Blue Jay.
right. Peace.
All
Go
right.
ahead,
Yep.
Doc.
Peace out,
I know
everybody.
you could promote your stream you did earlier and wherever in your channel.
Yeah. Yeah, you can find me at Blinded Braille, YouTube, Twitter. I do streams on Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern. Next stream is probably going to be on the Batman. And I also said that I was working on a video. That's going to take some time, but that's going to be about Ant-Man.
All right, thank you all. So we got 2 more episodes left. Also, I might do Mandalorian. It drops this week.
Yeah, it drops this week.
Wednesday.
I forgot. Yeah.
So if I do Mandalorian, it might be Saturday, maybe. Wait a minute. Yeah, maybe Saturday for Mando.
Mhm.
I'm excited for that. I think it's the best Star Wars Disney Plus show.
Definitely.
Yep.
So yeah,
That and Andor.
yeah. So do me a favor, everybody, like, share, subscribe. Do the typical YouTube stuff. And yeah, with that, guys, everybody here, the George, Sodoc, are out.
Peace.